One day, a letter arrived in the mail. It contained this sentence: "Greetings from the President. Your friends and neighbors have selected you." Now, I've asked my friends and neighbors for 47 years if they were involved in my selection. None has ever confessed to it. But I'd already joined by the time this notice arrived to serve in my brother's unit. The letter arrived as I was preparing to depart for reception station at Fort Ord, California. In my 4th week of basic training, we received notice that no more troops would be sent to Vietnam. It was an eye-opening experience for me. Some cried, while others rejoiced. Each had his own story, and most of us never knew the details. We were not allowed to wear uniforms off post because of hostile relations. Many of us were spit on, even though our stories remained unknown. We all wore the same uniforms, therefore we were assumed to have the same goals. Whether we were RA, which were enlistees, or US, which is draftees, or NG, which is National Guard. Wheeled vehicle mechanics, medics, or ground pounders. Our culture likes to put people into categories so they can be judged as a group. Then we condemn those who are not part of our category. These categories can be sports teams, political groups, religious camps, or even ethnic clusters. They become those people. The gospel was designed to erase these lines. The good news was intended to breach the boundaries of Judaism and nationality. 3 early conversion stories from the Acts of the Apostles makes that very clear. Each of them highlights one of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, from whom all people groups originate. The first story, chapter 8, is of the conversion of the Ethiopian eunuch, treasurer to Queen Candace. This wealthy man was barred from worship at the temple, though he had traveled 800 miles to do so. He was barred because he was a foreigner and because his genitals were damaged. He was a son of Ham. The second story was the change of Saul, chapter 9, a son of Shem. His shift eventually alienated him from the temple he loved. The third story involves Cornelius, chapter 10, the Roman centurion. Peter wanted nothing to do with him, since he was unclean to the Jews. He was a Roman military officer, and he was a son of Japheth. Saul, who began using his Gentile name Paul, was transformed from the intolerant Jew he was taught to be to the inclusive Christian he was transformed to be, losing his status to gain so much more. So in Christ Jesus, you all are children of God through faith. For all of you who were baptized into Christ have clothed yourself with Christ. There's neither Jew nor Gentile, neither slave nor free, nor is there male and female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. If you belong to Christ, then you are Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. That's Galatians chapter 3, verses 26 through 29. When this principle truly sinks in, us and them becomes us. And love your neighbor as yourself changes our world one person at a time. I hope you have an awesome day. Bye-bye.